Oh shit. Goed hoor. Oké. We need this. We hebben blokjes nodig. Hopla. Dat was niet zo smart. Blokjes. Zo. Hallo. Hallo allemaal. Hi everyone. Wondering who's watching live with me. Trying to do the practice together with me today. Ik hoop dat misschien iemand in Nederland wel meedoet. Dat zou heel leuk zijn, weer eens, voor de verandering. Er zijn ook een heleboel vriendinnen bij elkaar. En ik mag hopen dat die misschien ook even samen een yogalesje doen. Maar ik betwijfel het. I doubt it. Those girls are together and they are drinking wine, I'm sure. So, cheers big ears to the girls. And I'll join in later, even though it's hardly past noon. So today's practice is like an all-rounder. I've got everything in there. Core, hips, shoulders, some standing poses, obviously. And for the back bend, we're going to attempt to go towards bow pose. So, but we are starting, and we are starting today in crocodile. So let's come to our bellies and fold our forearms over each other and let our forehead rest on our forearms. So, and before I forget, yes, make sure you have 2 blocks close by and maybe a blanket or anything to lift your hips up later when we are in seated positions. Okay, so come to the mat in crocodile, forehead to your forearms. Your feet can be a little bit out of each other, little width in between the feet. Maybe shake your hips side to side. And obviously, as we do in every Hatha practice, we start with centering our mind. And we do that by, we help ourselves out by really starting to pay attention to the breath. So put your mind on your breath. And initially, we're just gonna observe the breath. No judgment here, just following the breath. Is it still a little quick because you ran over here to be on time, or is your breath relatively easy already? In this position, see if you can really relax the shoulders and even relax in the face already. And after having observed the breath a few times here on the inhale and on the exhale, see if you now can notice the breath. What is it doing? It's pressing my belly into the mat. On the inhale, it might even fill out the sides of your lower back. feeling the physical sensations of the breath in your body. And then let's put the legs together. So if they were a little wider, bring your legs together. Really firm up the legs and start to, on your exhale, squeeze your buttocks together, and on your inhale, let the buttocks go. Squeeze on the exhale. Inhale, let go. And when you squeeze the buttocks together, maybe on your next time, you can think of lifting the pelvic floor. And every time on your inhale, completely relax. Let go of any engagement. And the next time you exhale, you squeeze your buttocks, lift the pelvic floor. See if you can bring your navel a little more towards your spine. And then inhale starts, let go of the navel, let go of your pelvic floor and the buttocks. And try that motion 5 more times. And see if you can see it as a little wave starting from the bottom, the buttocks, pelvic floor, up, lower abdomen. And then let that wave relax on your inhale all the way back. Let's take 2 more. Really squeezing those buttocks there at the end of your exhale. Good, and now put your hands under your shoulders and push back into child's pose. And keep your awareness in your pelvis and at your buttocks. Notice if there is any sensations. Maybe there's nothing going on at all. That's possible too. It takes time to get to notice the movement and the effect of it. Both doing it, but also creating the sensitivity in you to notice it. So this was pretty subtle. So bring your hands under your shoulders and push yourself up, because we're going to continue with a bit more intense, intensifying the core. So we're going to really notice that we are working with our core. So let me see, I'll go like this. And then come onto your back. Come onto your back. Notice your whole lower back snug to the mat. Your soles of your feet are for now down, but I want you to really first feel that you can press that lower back into the mat, and that you're starting to engage your core if you press that lower back into the mat. Good. And then when we're here, we're not going to use a block. We're going to take our legs up, and we want to keep a 90-degree angle in the legs. So your knees preferably stay over the hips. If you take them in front, it'll get easier. So keep them over the hips or whatever you need today. And but this is preferably the position you would like to have. So you notice this whole core is starting to work. You don't need to lift your shoulders like I did yet. I just wanted to make sure. Take that 90-degree angle in the legs. Arms going to be to the side of your body, actively just feeling the hands. And what we're going to do is on the inhale, let one toe go down to the floor and bring it back on the exhale. Inhale down, exhale back. I'm just going to work that deep, low abdomen muscle. So inhale down, exhale back. Inhale, tap, exhale, bring it back. Let's go for one more on each side like this. And if you want, you can keep on doing this, or you can take both legs down. And then it would look like this. But make sure that whole core is engaged on the bottom and bring it up. So inhale down, exhale back. Inhale down, exhale back. If that's too heavy, again, go to the alternating taps. Inhaling down, exhaling, bring it back into that. So it stays 90 degrees all the time, your leg preferably. Keep that lower back nicely flush with the mat. And why not? Let's try one more with both legs up and down. Down and up, I mean. You must be feeling this now. Good. All right, let's take those knees into the chest for just a second. And then let's take this nice long stretch to start. So we brought some awareness into our pelvis by our Ashwini Mudra exercise and worked the buttocks already a little bit. And then we fired up our core. So take a nice long stretch. Reach with the right a little more. Left a little more, both. Good. And then we are going to come up, roll to your side and come up. And then maybe some of you would like to have a blanket under the knees. I lost my blanket. I used it last night to cover up my chickens. And there he is. I'm sorry, nobody sees this. Next time there will be a camera on it, but we have our first hummingbird at the feeder. Onze eerste kolibrie. Super cute. Okay. Haha. Okay, let's come up into this kneeling position. This is one of the 5 Tibetans. And maybe that doesn't say much. It's just a very good exercise. It's like five exercises in total, but we're not going to do them all. But it would be a great thing to do every morning for your mobility, for your strength, just to get the juices flowing in the morning. But for now, we're just going to do 2 or 3 of these exercises. And we're going to do them 7 times. So come to your kneeling position, either on a blanket with the knees, and then take your hands at the bottom of your buttocks. Your elbows are working together. And the only thing we're going to do is on an inhale, we're going to open the chest and arch and let our head gaze go up. And on the exhale, we bring our chin back to chest. And do that 6 more times. So inhale up and exhale back. So you're not veering anywhere in your back. You're not going back like this, like a Nordic girl. No, it's not a Nordic girl. You're going to keep this all straight and just going to open up 6 more times. Sorry. And I veered a little. Inhale up. Exhale, chin to chest. And one more. Good. All right. Sit down. Yes, sit down. And maybe you felt it. Maybe your neck. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Jay. And now there's the... Oh. The female too. Anyway, I gotta continue, but this is very nice. So we're gonna continue with the next one. So we opened a little bit here in the upper chest, but now we're gonna open and warm up our shoulders. So take your blocks, 1 or 2, doesn't matter. I think 2 would probably sit a bit more easy. And then let me take this one off. You might see better what I'm doing. I want you to see my shoulders. So these are called seated swimmers. And what we're going to do is take our arms out to the side. On an inhale, we'll bring them up. And we're really going to bring our shoulders up too. So really bring those shoulders up to the ears. See if in this position you can leave that torso a little close. So don't sway out the rib cage, but really bring it back. With that motion, you will be engaging your core again. So it's a double whammy. And then so on your inhale, you're up here. Exhale, you tap the shoulders with your hands. Inhale, you go back up and open. Exhale, turning the shoulders, rolling the arms forward. So rolling this whole shoulder forward. Hello, ladies. What are you doing? Okay, inhale, and we do that 6 more times. So inhale up, exhale, tap. Inhale up, and exhale, round. Inhale up. Exhale, tap. Inhale up and exhale around. 4 more. Inhale up. Exhale, tap. Inhale up and exhale around. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, tap. Inhale. Exhale around. 2 more. Last one. And that's it. You might have started to feel your shoulders working, your upper arms a little too, so shake them out. Those were the seated swimmers to warm that up, because we're going to continue with one of the Tibetans. And for that we can take out the blocks, put it to the side, and come into staff pose. Come into Dandasana. So we got a full club today. Come into Dandasana. Bring your hands next to your hips, and your fingers are pointing towards your feet. What we're going to do, I think I'm going to turn around. Yes, I'm going to turn like this. So you're in Dandasana like this. Hands next to your hips. And then we're going to come onto our feet here. Send the buttocks up. Maybe your gaze a little, the chin a little extended up. Engage the buttocks, really squeeze the buttocks when you're up there. And exhale, bring them back and sit down, and bring again your chin to chest. And that's 1. And then we're going to do 7 in total. So let's continue let's count this as the first one. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale, squeeze the buttocks, exhale. So inhaling up, exhaling down. 3 more. Last one. Good. All right. So that was another pattern, and you could feel the stretch in the shoulders happening here too. So that's why I did the seated swimmers in front to warm up those a little bit. So that was our Dandasana. So working our buttocks, also your core, your arms, and from this Dandasana and into tabletop, let's come to all fours and come into a few cat-cows. So bring your hips under your knees, under your hips, shoulders over the hands, shoulder over the wrists, And let's just take a few cat-cows here. So inhale, arching, just moving through the spine like this, because we didn't do that yet. Inhale up, exhale, rounding. Inhale. And exhale. Make it as big or as tiny as you like. Just notice where you are. Good. And then let's come into a neutral position with our spine, and I'll turn this way here. We are in all fours, but for this exercise, let's move the knees a little back. And what we're going to do is we're going to warm up the arms a little bit. We're going to do a negative push-up. So you can either, I'm not able to do it in a plank, so I'm going to take my knees down, and we're just going to slowly release going down. And it's also sort of kind of what you do in chaturanga. So your whole core is engaged, and then press back up. But the thing is that you press up quicker than that you go down. So you just slowly release, but you have everything engaged. Your legs are together, your buttocks are engaged, your core is on, and then bring those elbows toward next to your body, to the back. Negative push up. When you come down, you push slightly quicker up. So let's, if that is clear, I guess it's pretty straightforward. Then let's take, how many shall we do? Let's try for 5 more. So just 5 slow, bringing those elbows back, keeping the buttocks engaged, and push back up. Good. Maybe you need to adjust the width of your hands, or anyway, just see what works for you. Just make sure you engage those buttocks, core is firing, and then you go slowly down and rather quicker up. So 2 more. And last one. Slowly. Trying to develop the power to, once in a while put a chaturanga in there. What's up, Penny? Shake it out. Shake your hands, your arms out. Good. And now we're gonna use those arms in a 4-arm plank. So come again back to all fours, and then come down on your forearms. And what I want you to do here is measure where your elbows are at. So you're going to grab with your right arm around the left elbow and left hand around the right elbow. And you want to be able to really nicely clasp them. You want them to, je wil ze goed kunnen vasthouden like this. So that is the width where your elbows are going to be. And we're going to keep those elbows in the front. And we're going to push through the forearms, really push, and try to see that the elbows are not going to move out. So keep them in that position. And how you do that is by engaging your muscles here in the front. So as if you want to hold a ball like a beach ball, so in between your upper arms. Good. And then, so you have that in place, then curl the toes under and come into your 4-arm plank. I'm right in my flower pots. Push through the forearms. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees down. Good. Maybe you want to just stretch a little in a down dog, in an extended child's pose for a moment. And then I'm going to turn because I want you to see my legs. We did this the last time too, I believe. So make sure your elbows are in the right distance. And then I'm looking at Rosie's butt here. Okay. And then we're going to come back into that plank, 4-arm plank. So really pushing through the arms, keeping it all together as if you're holding a ball in between your upper arms, so to speak. And then we're going to lift the right leg up. So really push through the left heel back. Lift your right leg up. Engage that right glute for 3, 2, 1, and put it down. And then we take left up. So engage the left glute. Send that right heel back. hold it. Core is active, pushing through the arms. 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. And maybe push back in this extended puppy, extended child's pose, extended arms. Maybe stretch them out a little bit. Good. And let's continue. She's going to sit right there. We're now going to do it not in the forearm plank, but in a whole plank. So anyway, if that is too much, you can always keep one knee down and you just go, you hold it here. Or like we're going to do, we're going to curl the both toes under, come into a plank, really activate the core, lift the belly button, and then lift your right leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down, and the left one comes up. Push through the hands, left one comes up, lift, engage around the buttocks. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, very nicely done. And then, yeah, let's come back here. Let's put the arms to the back in child's pose. Arms back in child's pose. And just let them rest. And come back to your breath. Feel your abdomen softening. Maybe you need to take your knees a little wider. And just come back to the breath. Especially in the forearm plank and in the plank, you know, you're not really moving with the breath. You're taking the breath as you need it to hold the position. So come back to your breath. Good. And now take your hands under your shoulders again. Roll up. And we are going to end with one more Tibetan, the 5th one. And that is, we're going to start in it from out of down dog. So come up to all fours and then curl your toes under and let's press back into your first down dog. Maybe walk it out a little. And I notice it. I'm going to take these off. Good. So walk it out. Walk the dog. Good. And then what we're going to do is flowing here again, really the mind on the breath. And when your breath moves into exhale or inhale, that's when you move towards the other part of the movement. So inhale, either you can come all the way forward via plank to up dog, really engaging that core, or you can go from down dog via all fours and then up dog. Whatever you need this morning or this evening, and then pressing back into down dog. And that's what we're going to do. So inhale to up dog, exhale to down dog. So if you're going for the up and the down dog, really make sure you engage that core, your buttocks, your lower abdomen to protect that lower back. Inhale. And also when you go via the knees. And exhale. And I think we probably have it by now. So now start counting 7. So this was 1. Exhale. Inhale. 2. And just continue with your breath. 2 more. Good. So that was quite a bit. Let's walk our feet up.
Let's walk our feet up and come into a forward fold. So really let your upper body hang, let your head, your arms hang. Maybe shake your head yes for a moment. Just feel the heaviness. Feel your torso hanging over, your head relaxing down. Good, and then let's take our hands to our waist and we're going to come up. So inhale, we come halfway up and exhale all the way up. Good, good, good. We are perfect. Okay, we are ready for sun salutations with some standing poses. So come to the top of your mat. Rosie looks very cozy, right? Okay, I'm gonna try and keep you all, disturb you the least, yeah. So inhale, let's go ahead, inhale, and arms come up, exhale, fold forward. Let's move a little. Inhale, halfway up, and exhale, fold. Good, plant your palms. Step your right foot back and your left foot back into down dog. Inhale to the front. Exhale down to the floor. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale, back to down dog. Step your right foot up and your left foot up. Big inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. On the left, inhale and exhale. Inhale halfway up and exhale, fold. Step your left foot back and your right foot back. Inhale to the front, and maybe because we worked our arms, maybe we can do a little chaturanga down to up dog, back to down dog. Step your left foot up and your right foot up, and then inhale all the way up and exhale, hands to heart. Perfect. Just one time through is always good. And then we're gonna add a warrior two. So just follow along. Inhale up and exhale, fold. Inhale halfway up and exhale, fold. Step your right foot back and turn your right foot out so that your left heel is lined up with the inside of your right foot. Good. Now find your power, push through that front foot, push it up, engage here and come up into your warrior two. Sorry, I am turning my back at you, but maybe there's a different angle you guys can see. So find your breath, we're up here. And my bad, we should have had a block, but we're gonna do it differently then. So find your positioning here, push through the feet, make it a real nice active pose. Pushing through the feet, feel the strength in the legs, length in the arms, and your gaze is over your left hand. And when you're there, go back to the breath. Notice your breath, filling up the belly. Good, and then let's come into extended side angle. Either, if you don't have a block, take your forearm to your left thigh and your right arm comes overhead past your ear. If you want to try, you can always take your left hand down to the bottom. If you have that flexibility in the hip, you can be on your fingertips, but you also take your flat hand to the mat. See if you can find that easy breath. And if this is not conducive to an easy breath, go here. Help yourself out. And your gaze can be up to the ceiling. Good, and that's come out, push through the front leg, reach with that right back arm up. Good, and bring him down. We're gonna from warrior two, we're gonna cartwheel our way down and step back into down dog, and finish our sun salutation on this side. Inhale to the front, exhale down to the floor, inhale little cobra, exhale back to down dog. Step your right foot up and your left, and then all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart, perfect. And here we go on the left, inhale up, and exhale, fold. Inhale halfway up, and exhale, fold. Step your left foot back, and now stay in this low lunge. Turn that left foot out, so that your right heel is lined up with the middle of your back left arch. Good. Push through that front foot, push yourself up. Come into warrior two. Arms feel the pressure under the feet, a little engagement around the buttocks, opening the chest. Feel the reach from fingertips to fingertips. Come back to your breath. Good, and then bring either your right arm to your right thigh and left hand overhead, past your ear. When you are here, really don't lose the engagement around the buttocks, and send the hips even a little itsy bitsy forward for your feeling. Good. Find your breath either here, at your fingertips, or with a block, which I didn't cue for in time, on time. Good. Or you stay here. Find that easy breath. Relax that top shoulder. I know it's hard, but then maybe you pull that elbow a little back. Good. And then push out first. Come back, whoopsa, into your warrior two. Let your arms relax and bring them back to warrior two. Good, and then let's cartwheel down and finish this sun salutation here on the left. So step back into your down dog. Inhale to the front. Exhale down to the floor. Inhale, little cobra. And exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, step your left foot up. And your right foot up. And then one big nice inhale. Out through the mouth maybe if you need to. Exhale, hands to heart. Perfect. Notice how you feel here for a moment. Just feeling. Good. And then let the arms go. Shake it out and let's come to the middle of your mat. Rosie's so cute. Okay. We're going to go for tree pose. So feet are next to each other. And it's a balancing pose, obviously. So shift your weight onto your left leg and firm up that left leg. So don't be hanging in your hip, but really whoop, pull that hip up by engaging around the buttocks. Good. Right feet come to either tippy toes, and then let's turn that knee turns out. So your feet can stay here, wherever you like, there, at your calf, or at your thigh. So that's yogi's choice. And wherever you have your foot, make sure you have this idea that two forces are coming together towards the midline. So your foot into your thigh, thigh into the foot. That'll help you greatly with your balance. So once you get there, take your hands to heart maybe. Or maybe you're at the cupboard or at your wall. Totally fine. And see if you can find 3 more breaths. Your gaze is about 1.70 m, 75 in front of you, or about 5 to 6 feet. And when you've had 3 breaths, take that foot down, and shake out that standing leg. Good, that working leg. Perfect. Now let's go to the other side. So shift your weight on the right and make sure you shore up around that hip so you're nice and strong. So come to your tips of the toes, turn that knee out and find your place at your leg. Most of the time I stay here, but since I did it up high on the right, let's do that also on this side. Again, don't forget about these forces that are working towards each other, towards your midline. Good. And once you found your balance, take your hands to your heart and see if you can take 3, who knows, maybe even 5 breaths here. Good. And then let go of that foot. Shake it all out. Nice. And the rain is working very nicely, concentrating for me. It's a nice soothing effect too. So we're going to continue. And we're going to do only a half sun salutation, and then we'll continue with angle pose. So we're really going to stretch out the backs of our legs and work again a little bit on the power and the hips and in the core. So yeah, let's just stay here. Nee, I'm going to go like this. We take a half sun salutation, so we're just going to only inhale, take our arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, fold. Now inhale, come up. Exhale, back hands to heart. And step your right foot just a little ways back. And your right foot is not completely turned out. It's about 30 degrees turned out, 30, 45 maybe at the most. Good. I'm going to take our hands behind at our sacrum, interlace our fingers, work the elbows together, and maybe send those hands down if that feels good. Make sure here, this is tricky, to keep your weight distributed. Try to keep it distributed evenly between the feet. Often that means you have to push a little more with the back foot. So here we are in our angle pose, elbows working together, chest is opening up. Find that breath. Don't let the rib cage flare too much, so really engage that core. Good. Inhale, maybe we can take our gaze up and go for a tiny back bend here. Push through the feet. Good, come back out from that little back bend and then come 45 degrees with your back. Good, take a little micro bend in the front one if you need to. Keep that length in the back, or if that's too much, you can let them rest at your sacrum, your hands. Think about long back, long neck. One more breath. Good, and then come to this parallel pose where we are parallel to the floor. Thinking a straight line to the back, straight line with the head to the front, and then here the angles in the legs. Angles with the torso and the legs, and between the legs. Good. And now we're gonna release, because I kept you there a little too long. Release, let your arms go, and either find your front leg here or at your thigh. You could have taken blocks too, but wherever it feels good. And then see if you can let go of your head here. My bad. I'm forgetting my props today. So really, in this forward fold, in angle pose, let your head hang. Still pushing through the feet. Good. And to come out, we're not going to come up, but we're going to step our back foot together, come into this forward fold, and then we're going to take our arms to the side, rolling up, arms to the side, inhale, exhale, hands to heart. Good. And then we'll do it on the left. So keep those blocks there, that is a good idea. And then we're going to take this half sun salutation again. Inhale, arms come up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Step your left foot back. Find that footing. Your left foot a little turned out, but nothing big, nothing 90, but 45 at the most. Good. Hips are close to the front, so see, sometimes our right hip wants to come up. Really make sure they're square. Press through those feet. Hands to the sacrum. Elbows working together. Let's take a little lift up here with the head and the chest. A little backward maybe, or a little back bend. Come back to the neutral one, and then hinge from the hips forward with a straight back at 45-degree angle. Find your breath for 3 breaths. Maybe take a micro bend in that front knee, but don't lose the engagement in your buttocks then. Take that engagement back. And 1 more level down for 3 breaths. See if we can send the sit bones a little up, at least the feeling, the idea of it. And release down to the floor or to your blocks. Let your head go. Hands on your legs wherever comfortable. Again, keep those buttocks working together, the pelvis, and all the muscles around your hips, Let your head hang. Feel the breath in the belly. Let it be easy. Good, and then step that left back foot forward. And let's sink maybe a little in this forward fold. And then inhale, arms come up via the side. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, shake out the legs for just a moment. And then come back to this just little moment in mountain pose. Just noticing what you notice. Where do you feel any activation? Any heat building? Just take a moment here in mountain pose. Eyes closed or light gaze down in front of you. Good, and then take your hands beside your body and let's take our chin to chest and make our way down. So rolling through the vertebrae, through the spine, vertebrae for vertebrae. If you can imagine, just rolling slowly, slowly, slowly down. And then we're back on the mat. And we are ready for our inverted action. And for inverted action, we are going to do dolphin. Let's see. It's the same arms as in the forearm plank. So I'm going to take it from this side. So come to all fours and then take your knees a little farther away again. Measure the elbows here, the width of the elbows. Feel as if you have this ball working, holding in between your upper arms. Good. And then we're just going to move forward and back. Just like that, just a few. Before we're going to push up into dolphin. So when you go forward, exhale, inhale to the back. Keep those elbows working together. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Good. I think we got that down. A little movement there in the shoulders. Now come closer a little bit with the knees. Curl your toes under. Keep the pressure in the arms and that feeling of holding that ball in between your forearms and then send your hips up into dolphin. You might have to move your feet up a little more, and then see if you can keep pushing through the hands and the forearms. Your head is in between your upper arms. Hips are up. See if you can send those sit bones up. So it's kind of like a down dog, but then on your forearms. If you need to, you can always bend the knees and then see if you can work to straight. Good. Now you can hold it here, or you can start moving into a swimming dolphin, which is pretty, hefty if it's the first time. So just see how you go. Otherwise you stay here and go down to child's pose via your all fours. So inhale, we come a little forward. Exhale, we push back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Good. Let's keep it at 4 or 5. Then we had a little idea of it. My arms are caving in, so that's not a good sign. So press through those forearms. One more breath, centering here in dolphin. And then take your knees down and take your arms back into child's pose. Let your arms relax. Your abdomen. Come back to the breath and notice what the breath is doing. What kind of physical things do you feel that are instigated by the breath? Good. And then take your hands back under your shoulders, and we're going to come forward and come into Sphinx. So come onto your belly. Again, through those forearms, pushing through those forearms. And we're just going to hold this for a moment. See if you can really stretch. Sorry, Rosie. Lengthen through the toes in the back. Feel that abdomen, lower abdomen is engaged. So we're really protecting our lower back, really engage that lower abdomen. And then if you have that lower abdomen engaged, see if you can relax the buttocks. Sometimes that's hard because it all goes together. But see if you can keep that lower abdomen engaged and let go of the buttocks. And what we're now going to do is going to lift our right foot up and see if we can reach with our right hand to that ankle on the inside. And if we can work that foot down to our buttocks, pushing still through that front arm. We want to see if we can keep that both hips on the floor though. But keep pushing through that front arm. That engagement, don't lose the engagement there at the lower abdomen. Good, and then let that slowly go. Center again. Think about your lower abdomen engagement. And then bend that left knee and reach for that left foot with your left hand on the inside. See if you can get it any closer. And otherwise you can take your arm over your foot like this. Or maybe you're here, that's totally fine too. That probably gives you a nice stretch on the front of your quads. The front of your thighs and your quads. Good. And then time-wise, good. We're going to release that. We're going to come slowly down to our forearms. And we're back here in crocodile. Just move your head left to right. Take your feet up and do the same with your feet. What is it, Rosie? Good. And then let's come up. So hands under the shoulders, pushing up. And we're going to come into a spread-legged seat. And I'm going to use this one. So if you have a blanket, put a blanket, because this is kind of too big. If you have a blanket, take a blanket and take the bottom of your butt on there. And then maybe come into Dandasana and then just slide out the legs. Nothing crazy. You don't need to be into a pancake split, but you can take it like in a V, just like that. Good. And here in our spread-legged seat, we are going to churn, they call it. So what we're going to do is going to sit nice and straight with maybe a blanket, so we help out our lower back, like that we're not rounding, but we're really on our sits bones. Good. So on our sits bones, toes are facing up to the ceiling, calves are, lightly pressing into the mat. And then we're going to turn our body over towards our right leg, and we're just going to move forward with that left hand on the inside of your right leg and come back up. So just like that, just slowly moving with the breath. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. You can actually take both hands, inhale when you come up, exhale when you go down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Two more. Last one. Good. And then we come back to the middle, find that upright seat again, and we turn our torso towards our left leg, hands on the either side of the leg, and then we're just gonna move forward and back. And I noticed that last time I was rounding my back. Let's just first start with a long back. Long back. Straight lower back. And maybe you notice that with every repetition, every exhale, you can go a little farther. But follow the breath. And then in the end, just do what feels good. Maybe you want to let go of the head. You can round a little bit through the back. Good. All right, this is the last one. Good. Come back up, center back into the middle. And yes, let's take our feet to the mat and take your blocks if they are handy anywhere. And we're just going to lengthen up and take a forward fold here. And so you're in this V-legged shape, but then with the knees up, so soles of the feet to the mat. And then we take our arms up and we reach, and we're going to just hinge forward from the hips. And then when we can't keep it straight anymore, we're going to let go of the arms and let our head rest on your blocks. Or maybe you're so flexible that your head is on the floor. But I do think most of us definitely need a block or two, or a fist or two. But in this pose, try to focus more inward. Notice the breath. Notice how the inhale makes a nice stretch of over your lower back and the middle of your back. And see on your exhale if there's any tension in your neck, let it go. See if you can let it go. Let that head hang. Relax the shoulders here, so your elbows need to be bent. We don't want to be here. We really want those shoulders to relax, elbows to relax, and shoulders. Just notice the breath. Keep your mind on the breath. And then to come out of it, first slowly lift your head into a neutral position and then make your way back up. Hi, Ruby. Boom, booby. Good. And then let's take those feet in and come into a easy seat, into our Sukhasana. We're going to do a simple seated twist. So right leg is in front. Feel the lift in the lower back. Nice long spine. And let's take our arms up again. Inhale up. Exhale, turn to your right. Right arm comes behind you on the floor or on your pillow or wherever you're sitting on. Left hand on your right knee. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist from the waist, rib cage, shoulders, and maybe the head. My neck is a little stiff today, I notice. Find your breath. And if you're feeling all ooey gooey and good, you can always, on an inhale, lengthen a little more, and on an exhale, maybe see if you can twist a little more around the spine. And on your inhale, lengthen and come out, turn back to the front. Let's move our legs. So let's take the left one in front before we twist to the left. Good. Find those sits bones, length in the lower back. Arms come up, inhale. Exhale, turn to the left. Let the arms come down. Right hand to your left knee. Left hand behind your body. And your next inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, see if we can twist. Waist, rib cage, shoulders, maybe the neck. Find that breath. Feel that breath in your belly. Inhale, your belly protrudes. Exhale. Maybe you twist a little more around the spine on your exhale. Good. And then come back to the front slowly but surely. Good. And we're going to take our block and get ready for a supported bridge with inverted action. So, come to your back. Oeh, Ruby, je wordt een beetje nat. Dat is een beetje regen. Komt hier naar binnen. So come to your back. And take your block, put it under. Good. Curl your shoulders under. Soles of the feet are still on the floor. Curl your shoulders under. Good. And then when you're ready, bring those knees up. Maybe I have a nice, softer block. And then it's always nice to just rock from side to side. A little massage there at the sacrum. And you let your knees move out. And you bring your knees forward. You're massaging more and more your lower back. Good. And then extend the feet up. And close your eyes if you hadn't already. Let the feet be. Don't worry about them, the way they look. Just let them hang out there. Start sensing for your breath at the tip of your nose. Ooh, it's coming down hard here now. That's all right. A tiny little shower. Like a little mist on my face. Sense for the breath at your nose. Breath moving in and out through the nostrils. Maybe you even notice the breath going through your throat. Throat area, I have to say. Word je een beetje te nat, liefje? Try to keep your awareness at the breath. And then bring your feet down to the mat. Take away the block. Ooh, je bent helemaal nat, Ruby. And then come into Shavasana, whatever you need. Something under your head. Something around your feet. Maybe not as wide as my Shavasana with the legs, but you know, just comfortable with. Let the hands relax next to your body. Make yourself comfortable. I say it all the time, but that's the only way this works. Because we're going to try and keep the focus on the breath and certain areas in the body, and then if you need to think about cold feet or my hip is not completely in the right spot, you know, then it doesn't work. So make yourself comfortable. Socks, blanket, pillow. And just like we did with our legs up, try to focus the mind on the breath, going in and out. In and out through the nose. And then go ahead and bring your awareness to the top of your head. And just breathe. Follow your breath while you're with your awareness at the crown of your head. Soften your forehead, temples, your cheeks and jaw. Feel the support of your head by either a pillow or the mat. The back of your head is resting. Your mouth is relaxed, your tongue is relaxed. Softening the sides of your neck, the back of your neck, and your throat. Relax any tension around your collarbones, your shoulders. Soften your upper arms, lower arms, wrists, hands, all the way into the tips of your fingers. And notice if you sense anything at your fingertips. Releasing back up through the hands, lower arms, upper arms. Let go of your shoulders. Relax your chest. Relax your upper back. Relax around your heart, your rib cage. Soften the middle of your back. Relax your abdomen. Soften your lower back. Let go of any tension around the hips, the front of your hips, the sides, your glutes, and the back. Release your quads, soften your quads, knees, shins, ankles, tops of your feet, all the way to your toes and the tips of your toes. Soften the bottoms of your feet, your calves, the backs of your knees, your hamstrings, your glutes. Then bring your awareness to the base of your spine and just observe the breath. Move your awareness to the middle of your pelvis. Up to your navel center. To your heart. Your throat center. Your eyebrow center. And to the crown of your head. And then go ahead and start to move your toes and fingers. Maybe make circles with your wrists, ankles. Good, and then bring your feet up so the soles of your feet are to the mat, and then turn onto your side. And take a moment before you press up. Take one more breath here. And then make your way up just for a moment, very short moment, to come sit up in your seat of preference for just a little more. Closing of the eyes, sitting straight up. And let's go back, sitting straight up so your knees are a little lower than the hips. Hands are relaxed on the knees. Eyes are with a soft gaze down to the floor or closed. And take a moment to see if you can feel that relaxedness that you felt in Shavasana in this seat. Little tone at the lower belly. One more time, noticing the breath at the tip of your nose. Notice the breath. And then take your awareness to your heart space. And then go ahead, take your hands at the heart and take a fold forward to seal in the benefits of today's practice. And come back up. Namaste. Thank you everyone who joined in. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, or, a nice little refresher and pick-me-upper for the rest of the day that is still to come. Yes, let me know how you went, how it felt, any suggestions or requests for next time. I'm open for all of that, so laat het me weten. Laat me weten wat je ervan vond. Of je iets speciaals een keer wil doen, dan kan ik daar ook rekening mee houden. Of als je ergens mee zit. En daarvoor zal ik ook elke keer proberen 10 minuutjes eerder te zijn. For that reason I'll try to be 10 minutes early to class to see if there's any requests. If you have, you want to work on hips or you want to work on the shoulders. I can work those requests into the practice. Ik kan die verzoekjes dan verwerken. Anyway, in ieder geval, hartstikke leuk. Het was gezellig hier met al de livestock. Thank you for joining and hope to see you next week. Enjoy your weekend that's to come and have a nice rest of your day. Thank you. Oh. Nou, Rosie, je was er mooi de hele tijd bij. Cookie, kom eens. Kom je even bij mij? Nee, hè? Nee, gaat er eigen weg. Hè? Jij, just de brave, lieve dodo.